players, gangbangers, and the brothers of the Order of the Stinky Winky, the recovery shot when the ball is sitting right on top of the rough is a very tricky one, because you don't understand there's a lot of air and grass beneath the ball, maybe 3 fingers of air and grass. That's a lot of place for your club to get tangled and underneath the ball. So when you do a little flop shot from one of these lies, what normally happens is you go woof or plop it in the bunker, because it makes you think it's an easy lie when actually this is a tricky lie. So what I like to do is actually lower the loft, even if it's cut to a tight pin like this, and I just like to just hover it, maybe grip down on it a bit, and just hit a normal pitch shot. I don't want to go fancy flop shot, go under it, cock it up. I want to get it right off the top of the turf here, a little bit lower loft, and just get the ball onto the green down there instead of duffing it into the bunker. Understanding the difficulty of the shot helps to set expectations and then helps to apply the shot you can hit into the situation to obtain the maybe less than stellar result. The pinball thread the eye of the needle shot through the trees is a shot for recovery you should not be attempting. I can tell you exactly what's going to happen when you look through the little gaps here of the pinball machine. I know exactly what's going to happen. You're going to take the 4-iron because it's going to keep it the lowest to get through that gap, and then there's rough in the way, little hills, and that long rough is going to grip your ball like Paige grips you into paying a subscription of a few dollars a month to look at bikini pictures. What? Let me give you an example. This is me hitting a 4-iron, just trying to get it right through. I haven't even thought of where it's going to end up, even though I just see the gap and I want to get through it. I haven't thought about my next shot, so I just go, and now I'm still behind the trees. So the best thing you can do is actually reorganize yourself, find the easiest gap to get through. Don't be an absolute dingle frickin' berry. Don't be a jabron. Jabroni does that. A player finds the biggest, easiest gap to get through, easiest way to get back to the fairway. The thing about that 4-iron punch shot and a lot of the recovery shots, I'm telling you, they don't exist. There is no physical way in the physics and the realm of possibility, taking into account the turf, the trajectory you can hit the ball, the way the ball reacts. There's no conceivable way that the first shot could get to any position that's playable. So it doesn't even exist. Even a professional cannot do it. So getting it to the most open place is something that everyone can do. That's why you got to do it. When you're taking on shots that don't exist, well, man, the results are going to be absolute eine kleine Scheiße. This video is sponsored by BetterHelp. We're on a mission to make therapy easier and more convenient. One recovery shot that should not be attempted is recovering alone when you're struggling in a dark place. That's where BetterHelp comes in. BetterHelp provides a safe space to talk so you can share what's on your mind, stress, worries, relationship issues, all without fear of judgment. I've personally seen BetterHelp get someone very close to me back on track after they tried mountains of self-help books to recover after a very messy divorce that led to him losing his job and becoming a recluse so he wouldn't feel like a burden to anyone. After just 4 months of therapy, my friend was better than I had ever seen him and enjoying rounds of golf with me again, getting out and getting things done. I was always skeptical of therapy myself, but seeing my friend recover so well showed me that sometimes we just need someone to talk to. Sometimes we feel like we have no one who will truly listen, and we feel like a burden just for existing, falling deeper and deeper into the negative spiral. Starting therapy with BetterHelp is easy. Fill out a questionnaire and you'll match with a therapist. And the best part is that it's easy to switch therapists until you find the one you click with. If you're struggling and think you would benefit from a therapy session, click on the link in the description or go to betterhelp.com/golfsidekick and get 10% off your first month of therapy. You know what I'm saying? A crazy ass brother-loving recovery shot that should never ever be attempted is the draw off the ball below the feet lie rescue shot. Just as you wouldn't try the fade with the ball above your feet rescue shot. You know, if you don't hit a draw and you're going to try and manufacture one with a ball below your feet, you're going to get yourself in a lot of trouble. In the water. And the point of a rescue shot, recovery shot, is to get you another shot. Find the biggest gap and hit your normal shot. Don't go manufacture shots in impossible positions. I can't hit a draw off this lie without tweaking my back, pulling a hamstring, crapping my pants. So I just chip it back out with the easiest shot. And now I don't take a drop shot. I don't hook it into the water or top it in the water. I have a third shot. Money game. When you're stuck a little bit of a distance behind a tree and all you do is hyper focus on the tree and trying to get over it when there are so many alternative shots. The tree is not in your way, your decision making is. Now what I've seen people do is get so obsessed with trying to clear this tree, they take a 56 or 60 degree. And now you think about the trajectory because it's the only thing that can get over there. Let's say it gets over there from this lie. Where's the ball going to finish? It's going to finish in that bunker, or it's going to finish still leaving you an awkward shot. When there's a much easier solution, all we have to do is look to the left and look to the right. And you'll see that the result by going way left here is going to get me a lot closer to the green than trying to hit a lob wedge or 56 degree just to clear the tree, because in my mind is some kind of like, I don't know, hero shot. I don't know. But the hero shot is actually hitting the 5 or 6 or 7 iron further up the fairway, giving you a much nicer approach with a wedge from a decent position. No stress, super easy. That the first shot, idea of going over the tree, I like to play the game of best case scenario. What is the best case scenario if I pull that shot off? And 9 times out of 10, you'll find it may be tempting when you want to hit a low shot with a little draw on it to go and take the 3 iron, 4 iron, 5 iron and try hit a hooded shot, low little hooker. The reason we can't pull the shot off is because if you actually hood the face, you take it from 23 degrees or 22 degrees and you turn it into a 15 or 14 degree club. You cannot impart hook spin on that. You can't get the ball airborne because as you try hit a hook shot, you even de-loft it even more, turning it into basically a 10 degree club. That's why you get those. You can hit a hook with maybe a 6 or 7 iron loft, but it's not going to be that low to be able to do a shot like this. When you hit a shot like that here, you put it back in your stance, you hood it. And the best case scenario from that shot, always think, what is the best case possible scenario from here? And then how can I completely F my score? And that one will fit into the top tier, Fing your score, and good result is not going to be a great result. The great result is just to keep looking very far away from that toward the safest way to get the ball back into play. Easy game. When you do start hitting your punch shots out of the trees and you take your medicine, a recovery shot that should not be taken on is hitting the recovery shot toward water with too low a loft. A lot of times I see people trying to play the safe shot, but then they'll come with a 4 iron and not understand the trajectory and roll out, and then have no distance control and just go bam, and now I've gone into the water. What we can do instead is we can just take some higher loft, hit the same shot, maybe a 9 iron or a 7 iron, and just go boom, more aggressive, get the ball back into play in a place you can see, not hitting it into that water. Using that low loft, and it gets a heater out the sweet spot, bam, you're in the water, you have to go take another drop. Lower loft, still not going to hit any trees or anything, back into play. Easy game. Another recovery shot that should never be attempted is the shot where you envision a shot that doesn't exist again, one that goes low and has to rise again, go over the water and land on the green, or maybe go low under a branch, rise over another tree and somehow make it miraculously to its destination. It doesn't work. When you come and try it, sploosh, in the water. I hit it real good, but the nature of the lie doesn't allow me the club face control to be able to do that stuff, let alone not having the skills to do it. A little chip back into the fairway. Look at that. We have a 1 out of 100 shot. We have a 99 out of 100 shot. We're investors, we're not gamblers. When you find yourself on hard pan or bare ground or tight lie, the absolute last shot we should be hitting is an open-faced flop or lob shot, because the bounce of the club, the sole is going to bounce off the turf and hit your ball in the teeth, sending it across the green, and your body and brain connection probably know this, and that's why you might also duff the shots. It's very difficult to pull this shot off, especially with a scarce lie. Maybe that's because it's me. Okay, maybe not. This is a recovery shot you should never attempt. Once you go in the water, you've already made the big mistake. Get the ball back into play, take your medicine. You're going to make a double if you go in the water. That's just the way it's going to be. We're not going to salvage a miraculous par hitting over the water, over all those bunkers from 230 yards. We're not going to do it. We're going to get ourselves in more trouble. Because what happens is you come up here with your 3-wood and then you go boom, back into the water again. Instead, we just take our recovery shot that's going to ensure us getting back in play. We turn toward the safety and we just hit the ball into the fairway, and whatever we leave into the green from there, we're hitting the green in 4 shots. Not much we can do about it. Move on. Those are the 10 recovery shots you should never ever attempt. If you want to see more information on how to be a greater golfer, check this out right over here.